BeerStreet boys, alright!
Hello, everybody!
Hello!
What's up, you guys? Look, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, where am I?
hold the phone, Stewie. Literally hold the phone.
Yeah, if I had a phone, I'd hold it.
Hold
What's
the phone.
going on?
I'd like to introduce you to Liam McLaughlin. He's an old mate of ours. He is a banker from America.
I don't think you pronounce that.
Sorry, a brewer. No, he used to be a brewer.
Used to be. Well,
Yeah, he works for a bank, but he used to be a brewer. But anyway, he knows a lot
Bank
about
of America?
beer.
No.
Bank of America.
Okay, Brewer of America.
Brewer of America.
Yeah, okay.
Local beer.
It's a local beero. So you haven't done one of these before. It's
I
very
have not.
simple.
Yeah. Great.
You try.
Run,
It's a little tasting paddle at home. So tell us about this beer, Allagash. I've heard about it before, but I've never tried it.
Wonderful brewery from my current home state of Maine.
Oh.
This is the state of Maine here. And
Is it the main brewery there?
it's the main brewery in Maine. I got to say, it is the main brewery.
Did you open it with the I Love New York opener?
First here is the house beer, which basically used to only be given to or allowed to be given to employees.
What's that yellow one?
This one here, this is my desert island beer.
Stuck on an island.
If I were to only drink one beer for the rest of my life, it would be she. Allagash White.
Wow, that's a bit cool.
Won many awards over the last 25 years. It is a Belgian wit style beer.
I've known you for, let's say, 25 years. You used to love Hoegaarden.
I do, and I still
So is it going to give me a little bit of that feeling?
do. More than a little. In fact, the
More than a feeling?
The owner.
More than a
I'm actually hooked on it personally.
Oh, it's just slotted straight back in.
We're going to start with the house beer, boys. So Allagash, very famously, is a Belgian-only brewery. They use Belgian ale yeast, so you'll notice a lot of fruity notes in there, decent amount of pear. Just a lovely round flavours. Allagash does produce some fantastic lagers as well.
So, being a house beer, is this something I can drink all day? What ABV are we looking at?
4.5.
Okay, so it's a session beer.
If you know anything about Belgian breweries, what they used to do is, for the monks, they would produce a beer for themselves, which was their house beer, and then a beer that they would sell.
Yeah,
right? But they didn't want to necessarily get drunk. In fact, it was somewhat akin to the English would have the same thing for the fieldsmen, who would be paid some of their wages in beer.
I would say that's refreshing. I quite like it.
Absolutely.
It definitely tastes like a Belgian ale now that you've told us what it is.
I love the fact that this is an American beer, and how did it get here?
In a suitcase. I think
Well, maybe it's legit. It's a real deal.
250 millilitres of beer is in fact what you can bring, which is actually a substantial amount when you've got a wife and 2 kids.
There you go. So the 1-year-old brought a fair bit of beer?
My son Odin is my mule.
Wow.
As much as I like a house beer, I like You're a excited. Belgian wit more. You're very excited about the white?
There is somewhat of a ritual to the Allagash White.
Okay.
All right?
Oh.
Put it on the side. So you want this beer to be cloudy.
You want it
You
to
want it
pop
to
in
be,
there,
especially since we're going to be splitting it through the
Bits.
because I have been to restaurants where they don't do this.
You're rubbing that very gently and smoothly, mate. That is
Beautiful.
Trying to get your motor running, Dom.
Watch a professional pour straight off. He's not
It's
angling
a bit of ice cream. No, I'm not angling it, and you want to know why?
You're getting carbon dioxide out of the beer to give it a better flavour.
It's giving the aromatics of the beer, a chance to get out and breathe, much the same as you would with a wine. The legs on this beer are insane. The foam stability on Allagash White is a thing of beauty.
Is this a Hoegaarden-esque flavour?
Well, let's taste it and
Let's
find
try
out,
it.
shall we, Dom?
It's quite. There's a bit of sweetness
There's
there.
a smell on it.
Wow. That's
Oh, it's
delicious.
very smooth.
That's
so easy
so
to drink.
drinkable.
On a hot summer's day, especially with a Maine lobster. Oh boy.
That's what I was going to say.
Right.
So far, both of them have screamed at me, have this with food.
The Belgian ale yeast styles generally ferment at a higher temperature, which means you're going to get more esters out of them. If you're not familiar with what esters are, they're essentially flavour chemicals, right?
Coriander and orange peel.
Yep.
I'm not quite getting orange peel.
Curacao orange peel, it's bitter orange.
That's a bit okay.
So that'll come in with the fruitiness. There is one secret ingredient. I'm going to spoil that, sorry, Gash.
Oh.
Pepper. It's got a little bit of white pepper.
Don't go near
blew up
Dave
last
with
week. There's
pepper.
a
He
pepper in
burned
the
up
beer.
the
No,
other
wait a
week.
minute.
A little bit of white pepper.
White pepper.
White
Oh,
pepper. See,
white
pepper.
we had a beer at a beer festival last week, Gabs. I shall name you. It wasn't black pepper, it was cayenne pepper,
Oh,
I
was it-
think.
Well, cayenne pepper's
I thought it was
different
black
to
pepper.
different to
I
black
thought it was
pepper.
black pepper.
Whatever it was all I could taste. It ruined my palate
ruined,
after that.
ruined it.
I couldn't.
It was black pepper.
It took me about 18 beers till I could try anything else.
I cannot rave more about this
So what-
delicious Belgian wheat.
Well, I got the white
Strength
pepper
is
at the
it?
end, just so you know.
Yeah, I feel like I've
5.2.
been black
Okay.
pepper. That's almost sessionable too.
Allagash was one of the OG craft breweries. It is still to this day owned by its original owner, Rob Todd. The head brewer, Jason Perkins, absolute master brewer. He's
Jason,
fantastic.
nice to meet you.
Good on Jason.
We've got to crap on about the cruise, but talk about that for a while. Let's move on.
Let's try this
to
stout.
the
Well, we
stout.
can enjoy this one while we enjoy the mountainous seas of glorious Bass Strait.
And do you know what, out there, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you saying about pouring a stout into a glass that had other ales in it, you know what?
We don't care.
We don't care.
I was going to mention I'd love to rinse the glass, but you know.
I've got an idea. If you're actually upset about it and you have something to say about it, subscribe and
Oh,
comment.
subscribe and comment.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Actually,
Say
Let us
something.
know. Tell us how much we suck. It smells sweet and chocolatey and all the good stuff.
Smooth, roasted, silky.
Coffee, Stu, can you get coffee on that?
Definitely get coffee, but what they've done is just the bitterness is just enough. It's just so drinkable.
Again,
and so
it's very
damn
easy to
smooth,
drink.
but you've got all the elements there.
All right, on a Sunday night with a roast, am I having another one of these? How
You'll be thinking about your third one, possibly.
If
It's
Liam's
seven-
there,
is
we have
it
about
above
12.
No, it's
7.4.
Oh, okay.
7.4.
It'll get the job done. Do you know why stouts taste like coffee?
Tell us. Because they're
Is it, no, it's roasted. The malt is roasted.
That is correct.
There you go. We're not as
It is-
stupid as
We
we thought.
It
learned
is
something
roasted.
over the last couple
So
of years.
when you go further with the roasting process, it starts to toast the malt, so you can have lightly toasted, more caramelized malt. And then when you really darken it up, just like dark coffee, you have almost zero starches left. Same thing as you have when you toast bread. It's moisture, heat, and starch. Sugar's caramelizing essentially. But with the Belgian yeasts, okay, because they release those esters, you can get those fruity round
love
qualities.
ester.
Those rounder flavors balance out, and it's all about balance.
We have all emptied our glasses now.
What's your favourite?
Liam's
What's
not
your
allowed to vote because they're.
he can vote.
Yeah, he can.
I think I know what he's going to say.
Yeah, we all know he's going to go for the white. Stewie, what do you reckon? What's your favourite drop?
The stout blew me away as far as the actual flavour from the
Yeah.
stout. Incredible. I'm dreaming of a beautiful lunch and just white
Okay,
meat, dark meat, cheese,
I think we
whatever.
know where Stu's going.
Yeah.
David?
Well, let's make it official, Liam. Which is your pick of the range?
Hell yes,
I
I
will
love this beer. It is a fantastic
amazing.
beer. Fantastic beer.
love the stout, all white all the way for me.
No, sorry. Stout me up. Stout me up.
Great
always
choice,
buck the
Simon.
trend.
Great choice. Great choice.
That, seriously, I love a dark beer. Here's to you, mate. Great to see you. Your knowledge is obviously second to none. We've learnt stuff, haven't we?
Let's get him back on the show.
Should we?
Yeah, let's do it next
And-
week.
I'd love to do
By
that.
some miracle, I think he can sing.
What?
Maybe.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
One last question before we go.